Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Students, I hope you all are happy and safe at home. Today we are going to start with module number 2 for lesson number 4. Our lesson number 4 is reproduction in plants. Children, let's have a quick recap of the previous video. We learnt about reproduction. What is reproduction? It is a process by which living things produce young ones of their own kind. And plants reproduce in two ways, through seeds and through different parts of the plant such as root, stem and leaf. Then we learnt what is pollination. Do you remember what is pollination, children? It is the transfer of pollen grains from the male part of the flower to the stigma of the female part of the flower to produce fruits and seeds. Yes? And now what is a seed? A seed is a small hard structure present inside the fruit. And we also learned the structure of a seed. A seed, it contains three main parts: seed coat, seed leaves and embryo. The next thing what we learned was dispersal of seeds. So what is dispersal of seeds, children? It is a process by which seeds are scattered to distant places. Yes, and today we are going to see what are the agents of dispersal. Yes, wind, water, animals and human beings are called as the agents of dispersal. Now, why are seeds dispersed? Now, if all the seeds, if they fall at one place in a small area, and if these seeds germinate, there will not be enough space for all the new plants to grow. And also, the plants will not get enough mineral salts and water for growth. Yes, children? And also remember, not all seeds produced by the plants grow into new plants. Yes? Now we will see one by one. So the first agent of dispersal we are going to learn is dispersal by water. So many plants grow in and around the water bodies. So seeds and fruits of such plants, they are usually carried by the flowing water to far off places. So seeds dispersed by water float on water bodies such as streams, rivers and ponds. Hence, the fruits bearing these seeds have a fibrous or spongy outer coat which makes them float on the water surface. So these seeds, they are able to float. Why are they able to float on the water? Because the structure of the seed is like that. It is having a fibrous or a spongy outer coat. Let's see the example. Coconuts are hollow from inside and are covered with rough hair. So this makes them to float and travel in water. If you see the lotus fruit, it has a spongy part that helps to float. So the examples for seeds which can be dispersed by water is coconuts and lotus fruit. Now children, the second agent we are going to see is wind. Now some seeds, they are very light and they have wings or fine hair on them. Yes. So these seeds, they are easily carried away by the wind. So seeds dispersed by wind are light in weight. Some of the seeds dispersed by wind have feathery structures such as hairs or wings. Let's see the examples. Now seeds with hairy structures. Seeds such as cotton and dandelion have hairy structures that help them to be blown away along with the wind. So the first picture which you can see is the picture of dandelion, and you can see how it is flying because of the wind. And the second picture is of the cotton. Yes, so they are having hairy structures and they are very light in weight. So the wind can easily help them to get dispersed. Some seeds, they have wing-like structures. So let's see how wind helps them to move from one place to another. Seeds such as maple, drumstick and sycamore, they have wing-like structures that rotate in the air and they carry the seed with the winds. Now can you see the drumstick seed? They are having wings-like structures, and even for sycamore, even they are having wing-like structures. The seed have wing-like structures. Yes, the next agent which helps in the dispersal of seeds are animals and human beings. So children, how animals and human beings are going to help in seed dispersal? Let's see now. Some seeds have structures such as hooks and spines on their surface. These seeds stick to the fur of animals, feathers of birds or clothes of human beings. Now if you see the example children, the example is Acheranthus and Cockleburr. If you see the picture closely, you can see the seeds, they are having hook or spines on their surface. So what happens? It sticks to the fur of the animals or on the clothes of the human beings. Yes, and in this process these seeds are carried to various places and they get dispersed. Clear children? Now human beings and animals such as squirrels, monkeys and bats eat the fleshy part of the fruits such as mangoes and oranges. And what do they do with the seed? They throw it away. And these seeds, if they get the suitable conditions, they may grow into a new plant. Now there is a very interesting fact. The squirrels, they bury the nuts and then they completely forget where they hid them. Now later these nuts, they grow into trees. Millions of trees, they are accidentally planted this way by the squirrels. Okay children? Now fruits such as berries and guavas are eaten along with their seeds by birds. The seeds of such fruits come out through birds' droppings, thus getting dispersed to different places. Children, now the next agent of dispersal is explosion. Pods of some plants burst open and scatter the seeds some distance away from the plant. Now children, what are pods? Pod means a long narrow seed case containing the peas or the beans. So can you see, because of the explosion, how the seeds are scattered? Yes, so the example is balsam seeds and pea pod. Now children, after the dispersal of seeds, next comes the germination of seeds. Now what do you mean by germination? Germination is the process by which a seed grows into a seedling or a young plant. Now there are different stages of germination. Let's see that. Children, let's see the different stages of germination. So when a seed is sown in soil, it absorbs the water and nutrients from the soil through the hole in the seed coat. It then begins to swell up and the seed coat bursts open. As the seed germinates, the young root grows downwards and the shoot grows upwards. The baby plant uses the food stored in the cotyledons and the root starts taking in water and minerals from the soil. The young plant develops tiny leaves and starts making its own food. Clear children? These are the different stages of germination. Now children, as I told you earlier, all seeds, they do not germinate. So let's see what are the factors needed for germination. A seed germinates only when it gets adequate supply of sunlight, water, air and nutrients. Clear, children? So what are the things required by the seed to germinate? Sunlight, water, air and nutrients. Now children, can you tell me what place is this? What does this look like? I'll show you one more picture. Yes, this is called a nursery. A nursery is a place where different kinds of plants are grown under favorable conditions. Nurseries generally designed to have favorable conditions for the growth of plants. So what are the favorable conditions for a proper growth of the plant? The correct temperature, adequate ventilation, that is, it should have proper lighting and sufficient flow of air, good soil with sufficient nutrients and proper and sufficient amount of water. So usually children, we go to a nursery to buy plants. Why do we go to a nursery to buy plants? Because they are kept under favorable conditions. Yes? And again, let's repeat it once again. What are the favorable conditions? The correct temperature, adequate ventilation, good soil with sufficient nutrients and proper and sufficient amount of water. Now in the nursery, various techniques like grafting and layering are also employed to produce super variety of a plant. We'll just see what is grafting. It is a technique that joins two plants into one, combining characteristics of both the plants. Yes children, you can just see the picture. Children, now we have finished with lesson number 4 and let's quickly take a look at what we had learned in this video. We learned about the various agents of dispersal. What were they? The first one was wind. Example is dandelion, maple, drumstick and sycamore. Next is water. Example is lotus and coconut. Human beings and animals. Example is Acaranthus and cockleburr. And explosion. Example is balsam and pea pod. Children, it's the activity time and it is very easy. You have to just fill in the blanks. Yes, once you have seen the video, I am sure you will be able to fill these blanks. Yes, there are 5. The first one is a seed can grow into a new dash. Plants need dash sunlight, water to grow. Seeds are dash in many different ways. The growth of seed into seedling is called dash. The part of the embryo which develops into the root is the dash. Children, the second activity is also very easy. I have given you some pictures. You need to identify those pictures and name the seed. And you also have to tell the characteristics of the seed and how these seeds are dispersed. Which agent helps them to disperse. Yes children, so it's very easy. Again, see the video 2-3 times. Read through your e-book and solve these questions. So by this we have finished lesson number 4. So learn all the concepts children. Stay happy, keep smiling and stay safe. Thank you.